Hi, and welcome to One Way Football's fan reaction, but a special edition. We're going to be talking about the Euros this time. So one-on-one fan reaction. I'm joined here today with the notorious Tottenham supporter, Johnny Bucker.
Yeah.
How are we, Johnny?
Hello.
You all right, mate?
Yeah, good. Thank you. All good. You?
Yeah, good.
Marvelous.
Just so everybody knows, I've kind of done a bit of work on my little studio, and I've had to buy a new computer because that bit of rubbish behind me there is just so slow. Some laptops are just really bad. So I've had to go out. I bought a tower, and so that's why I'm having to hold my microphone because I don't even have a proper desk. So, but
you won't get this on that. You won't get this on AFTV.
Oh, mate, just Robbie be rolling in his bed.
Oh my God.
But
Brilliant.
yeah, we're here to talk about England. England plays Scotland over the weekend. Well, start the weekend on Friday actually. And what was your whole thoughts on that, Johnny? What was your okay? Before we start your thoughts, what was your predicted score for that game?
2-0 England.
I said 2-0. Yeah, I did.
Yeah. There's a few things with that game. The first one is, let's start with Scotland. Number one, without being rude, it's their cup final. They couldn't care less whether they went to the knockouts or got beat in the groups, as long as they got a result against England. Now, this is a team who've played 2 games and have scored 0 goals and have got 1 point and have celebrated the whole of that night with a 0-0 draw against England.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not being anti-Scottish. I'm not being anti-anything. You've got to look at the facts. They've got 1 point from 2 games and they've scored 0 goals with a -2 goal difference.
Yeah.
That's the first thing. Secondly, Scotland on the night deserved to win that game. We were absolutely atrocious.
But then again, I have to disagree there, Johnny, because I did. I mean, Foden nearly scored. Stones nearly scored. You know, there could have been a couple of goals in that from us.
Now, if Harry Kane hit that post with that header that John Stones had,
yeah,
there'll be a 3-day debate on Sky Sports as to why he missed it. John Stones should have scored. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
He had his eyes closed when he headed it.
He got up high. He got up high, didn't he? It was a good.
Maybe got up too early. Yeah, maybe got up too early. But Scotland, I mean, there's a great save from Henson. His name now, Pickford. Great save from Pickford. From them. Scotland should have scored, but we're not good enough. And I tell you the reason why is because you've got a midfield that is as slow as your laptop.
Yeah.
Declan Rice. I mean, Declan Rice. How on earth is he in this team over Jack Grealish?
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
But you know, I was having this conversation with Adam, and do you think that maybe Southgate isn't playing Grealish with Mount, because Mount and Grealish are kind of the same player, aren't they? The way they play.
Yeah, Mount has to start. You're right. Let's look at some of the facts here. So he takes off Kane.
Yeah. And
he took off Foden.
Yeah.
Now, for me, Southgate is one of the biggest frauds in football management. This man in the World Cup 3 years ago literally played part-timers until we got to Croatia.
Yeah.
We got found out. We were not great against Croatia, but we beat them. It's an aging Croatia side, and we've got a draw against Scotland. I'm not being negative against England, but anybody expecting us to win this tournament needs their head looking at, because we're just not good enough. If you look at Italy, even Germany, Portugal, you know, France, there's 4 teams there already that we're never going to beat because we're not good enough.
Yeah, I would say France, Italy, or Belgium, maybe.
Or even Belgium. I forgot them. That's 5.
Yeah.
You know, that's 5. And you know, it's just not good enough. And it's the same old story. Yes, it's a nice team. They're nice and young. I'll probably give them another 3 or 4 years. They might do something, but it's not good enough. And when you've got the media who just come out and slag off Harry Kane, they need to have their heads wobble because the other 10 players were diabolical.
I do
Scotland
understand,
deserved
like, if Harry Kane isn't in that team, then we're even worse than what we are now. And that's saying something because we are bad.
I agree. And the thing is, whether he's having a bad game or not, you're taking off a man who, let's be honest, can score you a goal with it just like that.
Yeah, he's a goal scorer. He's definitely a goal scorer.
Yeah, so it gives him one chance, he'll put it away. The problem he's got no service. Like I don't know if you've seen it. I think you might have shared it actually. It was Raheem Sterling who had the ball, and I don't know who's on the right of him. I think it was Phillips, and he had 7 opportunities to lay it off, but no, he went on. He passed the play and he went down and didn't get the penalty for it. But there's no service for Kane.
Yeah, Sterling, there was a video on Facebook, and the guy's like pointing. He's pointing at the screen. He's going, go back. Now pass it. Pass it. Don't dive. Don't dive.
That's the one. That's the one. Yeah. But he's right. He's spot on. And this is what's happening for the whole, for these games. And, I don't get me wrong, we'll get out of the group. There's no doubt. We'll beat Czech Republic. It's after that's the problem. When you're getting the big boys, and
if we finish second, then we're going to play France, aren't we? Is it? We got Group F now.
Do we get the? I'm not sure. So is it the third place team plays the top? Is that right?
Oh, is it? Yeah.
I'm not sure. I know it's going to be a tough draw.
Is it work? I don't know how it works out. If it's like the Champions League, where the second gets to play the first teams, and
I think because you've got them third place teams, they play the top, top in the group.
Yeah.
And I think the second play the seconds in the group.
Right. Okay. But then still, that's Portugal at the moment. It doesn't really matter, does it?
I think the final is Italy Portugal. I mean, I know Portugal lost the other day to Germany, but I just think Portugal look a bit. When you've got Ronaldo in there, and I think Messi's a better player, but when you've got Ronaldo in there,
See, now I thought it might be France or Belgium.
Yeah, you can't. I mean, a lot of people write the French off. They did look impressive yesterday, to be honest, the day before, but. Yeah, I mean, realistically, looking at this tournament, I had us down as quarters for England.
Yeah,
and I haven't changed my mind. I said to Hannah the other day, actually, talking about international football. I just cannot, and it's been for years. I love the buzz of it, but I just can't get into it as I do with club football. Now, we've sat there, James, together watching Tottenham Arsenal play several times.
Yeah.
You've come and watched me watch Tottenham play and the passion that we have for our clubs.
Yeah.
When it comes to England, if we got knocked out next week, I don't have that same.
Yeah, I think we've with the internationals, we've been let down so much now, and it gets to you, doesn't it? It's like, it is a bit like your club, though, to be fair, because when you support your club, you get, being an Arsenal and Tottenham fan, we both know that right now. That kind of passion is starting to wear on you a little bit now, because you as much as you every season you want to fight and you go, this is going to be our season, we're going to get top 4, and then come to the end of the season, 8th and 7th. Oh, great, cheers. Do you know what I mean? But with the internationals, it is more like, it's England, it's coming home, whatever.
I mean, without sounding bad, there's more chance of Madeline McCann coming home than there is of football coming home. I'm sorry to say that, but I mean, it's just, you've got no hope here.
Yeah.
And Southgate, for me, I think he's been very lucky with the World Cup draw he had. The group we had, Colombia, Panama, was it? And then we had Sweden.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we should be steamrolling these teams, which we did.
Yeah.
Then we got to the crunch with Croatia, got found out, and we 1-0 up.
Because this team, they say, is probably the best. They say this every year, every time. It's the best team that we've had, for years. But then when we had the likes of like Rooney and Beckham, and do you know what I mean? And that was a great team.
Are you telling me Tyrone Mings and John Stones were better than Rio Ferdinand and John Terry?
No.
I mean, let's be honest.
No.
I mean, whoever's saying this is the best team we've had, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, Declan Rice better than Frank Lampard? No.
Yeah.
I'm baffled by it. I'm baffled. I mean, we've got a guy called, is it Phillips in there, who, had a decent game against Croatia. Wasn't great against Scotland. Well, nobody was actually against Scotland, was great. But this isn't a world-class footballer. This isn't, let's go for the England team. How many world-class players is there? Let's be honest.
Kane,
would you put Sterling in there? Is he world-class? Probably put him in the bracket. But there's not really much else.
I have a debate over Sterling because he can't cross the ball to save his life. He's atrocious.
And he's greedy.
Yeah,
and
he's very greedy.
Yeah, he needs to be dropped. He's the one. I know Kane starts on Tuesday, tomorrow.
Yeah.
But why is that even a debate? That Kane's the captain of England.
Yeah.
You're telling me when Gary Lineker played for England, he didn't have a bad game? Of course he did.
Yeah. Oh.
It happens with the best. Yeah. And he'll bounce back for sure. He'll be all right. But it doesn't help with the media, not just on Kane, but the whole media thing with England. Just they bash him. And what do you expect?
Is there any players like obviously he hasn't changed the team around much in the last 2 games? Is there any players that you would have brought in the squad from back and taken ones that aren't in the squad in that 22? Okay. Who would you bring? Who would you bring?
I think, to be honest with you, he's got it. The team he's bought is about right. Did he bring Saka in the end?
He did, yeah.
Saka there. Yeah, I think Saka maybe needs a chance. But anyone else?
He hasn't got the experience that he has with friendlies and that. But is he too young?
Well, no. I mean, there's a lot of youngsters in there. I mean, he's got a thing about Grealish. He doesn't want to play him.
Yeah.
And I don't know why he doesn't want to play him. I have no idea. But I can't think of anyone else that. I mean, he's picked probably the best. Who was a striker he didn't bring? Which was Ward-Prowse. That was the one.
Yeah.
Now you look at he played Trippier the first game, and obviously he didn't start him in the second game. So who's your free kick takers? Who took is it Mason Mount who took the free kicks?
Yeah.
Ward-Prowse. I mean, I think he scored 85% of his dead balls. He scored from.
Yeah.
Just have him on there for that, But take a corner.
Do you think Calvin Lewin needs a start? Maybe.
Calvin Lewin, yeah. I mean. I would like to see him up front with Kane. I'd like to see him drop Sterling, get rid of him.
Yeah.
Put him and Lewin, Kane and Lewin up front. Play 4 in the middle, 4 at the back.
Yeah, play 2 up front. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Tyrone Mings against lesser opposition, without being disrespectful to Scotland, they are lesser opposition. Is going to be a comfortable evening for him. But when he comes up against the Italians, the Germans, the French, he's going to get found out. He's just not good enough.
Yeah.
He's not good enough. Yeah. And, what we say about Harry Maguire, he's probably our best defender. I can't think of anyone else. Well, who else is there? There is no one else.
Talking fridge, mate.
Well, yeah, but do you know what I like about Maguire is if you're 1-0 down, he'll come up for a corner, he'll be likely to put his head on it and score.
Yeah.
Whereas Mings won't do that. Yeah, Mings isn't a leader like Maguire is. I think Maguire's a leader.
Yeah.
So really, I know there's a lot of Man United fans listening to this, and for me, it's Maguire and Stones. That's the 2.
Yeah.
But I know so he has to start, I think, tomorrow.
Obviously, we're going to... I just want to quickly brush over. There was 20,000 Scottish fans come down, right? Obviously, not all of them were allowed in the stadium. What was your thoughts on that? Because obviously, so there are like they do have a laugh and they have a bit of fun, and there were some bits that I found funny. Like they put in fairy liquid in the fountain. It's all a bit of it's no harm. Do you know what I mean? But then you have the idiots after that they cause a bit of trouble. Do you think do you think they should have been allowed to come down?
The thing is, if it wasn't COVID, there'd probably be 100,000 Scots. This is the difference. So they always come in numbers, and the majority of them. They're just there for a good time. They like a drink. Yeah. Messing up, please.
I was saying to an Irish couple the other day, saying that the Scottish, the Welsh and Irish, they do have the most fun sometimes when they go abroad and to these international places. I kind of sometimes I frown upon English fans because they take it to heart and they start riots and they start getting rowdy and stuff, It makes us have a bit of a bad name, doesn't it?
I think what it is with the other three nations that you mentioned, they don't often get to these finals. So for them, it's quite a big event.
Yeah,
Whereas England, 9 times out of 10 are there.
Yeah.
Let's not brush over this.
No.
We're hated as a nation.
Yeah.
I spoke to you the other day about people walking into bars who are Irish with a Croatian flag. That for me, really, that's enticing.
Mm.
Now, I would not. I lived in Scotland for a couple of years, back in the early 2000s, and I've seen it firsthand. I've seen Scottish people sitting in a pub watching English cricket against Australia in the Ashes, cheering on the Australians. They go in the pub to watch us get beat.
Yeah,
but we wouldn't do that.
No, I wouldn't personally wear someone else's flag around my shoulders.
Well, why would you? No. The only flag you should wear is your own country's.
I know I know they're just taking it as a bit of banter, but sometimes it's like,
Well, I mean,
are you taking that as banter, or are you actually disrespecting that flag that you're putting around your shoulders because you're not from there?
Yeah, you're not from that country, and if you don't want England to progress, and I understand that, I get that fully, I understand that. Yeah, don't watch it. Do something else.
Yeah.
And if England get beat, then you can gloat. The other thing I want to also mention is Wales and Scotland.
Yeah.
Personally, I don't care whether they win or they lose or they draw.
Yeah.
Don't care. I'm not bothered. And the reason I'm not bothered because that's not my country. It's like if I look at them as Croatia and Hungary, they're non-entity. I'm not from there.
Yeah.
If England got to the final, I could probably count on one hand any of those nations cheering us on.
Yeah.
So you've got to be realistic about it. And I get it. It's been going for years. You will never, ever change it. But I've got to be realistic. You've got to be honest and say, look, we're not liked.
Yeah.
And you're right. It doesn't help. Our supporters do, you're right, they do go away, to these tournaments and trouble starts.
Yeah. Because this has been like the first... this has been the first time England have hosted an international event for a long time, since the 70s or something like that. Didn't we get banned or something from doing it because of the violence?
Well, we did in Euro 96. It was in England, wasn't it?
That's right. Yeah.
Euro 90. Yeah. But
was it World Cup then or something? We weren't allowed to host a World Cup or something like that.
We've got banned. Well, we've been notorious not in club football for years. I mean, Liverpool at Heysel, that got us banned for 10 years.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah.
So during the Thatcher years, it was bad. It was rife. It wasn't just Liverpool fans. It was just rife across Britain.
Yeah.
And it is still there, but not. But the thing is now, it's well policed, and obviously with social media, it's easier to find out where people are going to meet and have these fights and whatnot.
Mm.
But with Scotland coming down, I thought there's only 26 arrests. That's not bad. Probably a bit drunk.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's just the aftermath in it, of games like that.
Yeah.
It could have went a lot worse if we beat them 5-0 or something. Do
you know what? I don't think the thing is I think if England got beat, there might have been a bit of aggro. To be honest, I think especially with it being at Wembley and in London.
Yeah.
But they've come down. They've had their day out. They've got a 0-0 draw. They're happy with it. We're not happy with it, and that's how football is. And whether. I'm not sure Scotland are going to beat. Who they got? Croatia.
Yeah, Croatia. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not so sure.
Yeah.
What's going to happen there? But whatever's happened, they've got their point. So, and that's it. But England for me, quarterfinals. That's my opinion.
I said
you could speak to 100 other. Yeah. You could speak to 100 other England supporters who might be a bit more. I'm not less patriotic, but I've got to be realistic.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like me saying, oh, well, Tottenham are going to win a league next season.
Yeah.
What's the point of me saying that when I know we ain't got a manager?
Yeah.
So, you've got to be realistic. There's a lot of fans out there a little bit biased.
Just while you're on that, I've got you here. What happened with that manager? You had the one from Rome, yeah? Or something like that.
Which one, James? It's been 62 days or 64 days now.
But when you meant to be getting that manager from Rome?
I'll tell you what's happened. So we've got this football director, this Paratici from Juventus. He's then told Daniel Levy, I want this Paulo Fonseca.
Yeah.
So Levy's gone, all right then. So they've had an interview. He spoke to him. His wife was really excited. This reports I've read. His wife was excited to move to London. They've got a child and, he was ready to move. Then what happened? Gattuso at Fiorentina got sacked after 23 days because he's an absolute vile individual.
Yeah.
And Paratici said to Levy, well, actually, I'd rather have him over Fonseca. So they got rid of Fonseca, just brushed him to one side.
Yeah.
And then Gattuso comes in all over Twitter. Tottenham fans, we want Gattuso out, no to Gattuso. And they pulled the plug on that because of the fans. So now again, we are back to where he was. And I said from day one, and I don't know if I said it on one of your videos, I said Martinez will be Tottenham manager. And everyone laughed at me. And don't rule it out.
Yeah.
Wait to the end of the Euros, see what happens, and they'll try and steal him. Because at the minute, I don't know where he's going here. And who, we've gone through every manager under the sun. Apparently he's going back in for. Well, sorry, he's going back in for Poch. Apparently, I mean, you don't know what to believe.
Yeah.
I can't see Poch leaving there now.
Yeah.
So Conte was another one who we didn't want to pay the money for. So I don't know. Tottenham. I need 4 hours with you on another video because at the minute.
Well, I'm sure we're gonna do a one-on-one fan talk before the season starts anyway about Tottenham. But going back to England, where obviously we've got Czech Republic. What scoreline are you going for that one? It's got to be a big scoreline, isn't it? It's got to be.
Well, yeah, but we're not big hitters. We're not big. So we never have really been big scorers in these tournaments, to be fair. But they're decent side, Czech Republic. Decent, very, very decent. So I'm going to go. I think England will win this. I'm going to go 2-1 England with 2-1 England. Kane to score.
It is quite sad that we these days that we have to. I mean, it's us being realistic, but we still say that we're going to concede in it. There's that thought in the back of your head, isn't it, that we can never keep a clean sheet, or if we do, then it's just drawing 0-0.
Yeah, and they're good side of the Czech Republic, and I think he'll play Maguire. You have to.
He needs to maybe change that about a bit, that team.
Well, yeah, but what he needs to do now, Southgate, he's constantly just getting through. Just get out of the group, first or second. I don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah, none of this. We finished first, get these. I don't care. Get out of the group and then deal with it after that. Because if you're going to win the Euros, you've got to play the best teams, whether it's in the quarters, the semis, or the final.
Yeah,
you've got to play the best.
Get them out of the way. To be fair, isn't it? I mean, sometimes that's what they say in Champions League, Europa League. Sometimes it's better off getting the big teams first and then just getting them out of the way.
Exactly, and you've got to, but just get out of the group, qualify. That's all you need to do.
Yeah.
Just one thing I want to say. I don't know if anyone saw it yesterday, and it puts international football into a bit of shame. Really, I watched Hartlepool against Torquay yesterday.
I watched that. Four penalties. Four penalties saved.
Unbelievable game, and the Torquay keeper scored in the 94th minute to equal.
Yeah. I've seen that, man. It was crazy.
Then he saves the first 2 penalties, and he still doesn't win.
Yeah,
it's just incredible, and that is proper football. That's what I love. That was
great. It was. I think that's the first time that's happened in a long time with four first penalties being saved.
First 4 was saved.
Three was saved, and one obviously was it hit the
slipped.
bar.
Yeah, he slipped.
Yeah.
And the last one that he missed he saved it onto the bar, didn't he? So
yeah.
But that was a really good game. Just for anyone who hasn't seen it, just have a look at it. It's on,
it was good.
It was on BT Sport. Yeah, it's really, really good. But Hartlepool, they've been there 5 years now in the non-league.
It was quite funny, right? It was quite funny because in the bar there was a group of Hartlepool fans. They actually live here, and new people that live on the island, and there's about 6 or 7 of them. And then you've got the boss who owns the bar. He's from Torquay and his father's from Torquay. Mm-hmm. So every time they scored, on their penalty, there's me in the background, right, going, Toonami. And then all, one of them's laughing at me and going, what are you going on about? And I was like, Toonami, go on the Magpies and that. And he's going, oh, no, Hartlepool's nothing to do with Newcastle. And I went, Hartlepool, Newcastle, potato, tomato. They're all the same, aren't they?
They'll kill you for that. Yeah.
But one of the women, when I was going Toonami, she was joining in, and they were all going, "Shut up!"
Love it. Yeah, no, it's great, and and it's nice. That lower league football's really good sometimes to watch.
Yeah, so they've just actually come into a conference league, haven't they? So they're actually in a league now because they were in a non-league.
You're in the league. What's it like? League Two, is it? Yeah, League Two.
Yeah.
League Two, League One, Championship, Premier
Yeah,
League. Yeah. League Two, and they've been out of that for a while.
yeah.
But, you know, the biggest fan is Jeff.
Yeah,
Stelling
they
from
were
Sky.
non-league, weren't they?
Yeah, 5 years down there. Yeah,
Yeah.
and but Jeff Stelling is the main man, isn't he? Sky. He supports them from Sky
Yeah,
Sports News. He's
yeah.
massive. I think he was there yesterday actually because it was in Bristol. But no, what an ending to that game when the keeper comes up and scores. You think, Torquay gonna win this, but
Yeah.
you know. So yeah, incredible. I just thought I'd bring that up. I know it's an England chat, but yeah, just thought I'll.
No, it was a
mention
good game, very good game, and it's nice. You know what? Even though the internationals are on, it's nice to actually see some proper football. You know.
And you know we've got we've got the whole of July to get through, but I think we're going to hopefully now back to some normality in the Premier League and back to the banter, back to the videos of us heading our hands saying we've got beat again. Yeah, that's what it's all about.
Listen, if this carries on with Notorious where I am literally going to go and get a season ticket. I'll take a flight over there every weekend. Well, what I got to do is I might as well go over and start watching football.
I think you see a different season next season. I think for a lot of teams, you know, it won't be 7th and 8th again. No way. There's not. That can't be happening again. So I think it'll be a lot of change. But
it depends who we bring in with Arsenal in it. I mean, I can say, oh yeah, it's going to be a great transfer summer. We're going to get loads of good players and that. And then you watch, we'll end up getting you order like Mbappe on Wish, and you end up with like some idiot you never heard of, and he's done like Guendouzi. We get someone like Guendouzi. Awful player.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of dead wood in both clubs, isn't there? Really, they both need to be hold. But at least you've got a manager who can buy and sell. We don't have a manager to do anything at the minute, so you know, at least you've got a bit of foundation there. We'll see what happens. It's a long way to go yet, but I mean, we've been without a manager for a long time. So what's another week?
Yeah,
you have to just wait. But no, if England for the quarters for me, I don't think they'll get past the quarters.
So if we do finish top of the group, who do you reckon we would get then?
I'll just quickly check that 1 second.
Because if I just look at the table now, so if we top Group D, then Group F would we say we get 3rd place could be Germany or Portugal.
So sorry, so we play the 3rd place, is that right?
Yeah, if we top it, I think that's how it goes. Yeah,
I think. Is that right?
I'm not sure.
Oh, here we go. Right, so here we go. Here we go. I've got it here. So cookies. Right.
You like cookies, yeah? I love them.
So if England beat the Czech Republic, they will win Group D.
Yeah.
This will leave them to play the team that finishes 2nd in Group F.
Oh, so that could be France. It could be any of them. Could be France, Germany, or Portugal.
Right. So that's I heard it was going to be harder if we finished top.
Yeah.
Then
it is going to. Look. Anyway, Group F is like the group of death, isn't it? It is basically the group of death. I mean, even when they were picking their names out, and I think someone, the Hungary president, was it the Hungary president or something like that of their football association was picking them out, and he just laughed, didn't he? When all 3 of them came out, he just went,
exactly. I mean, it is the group of death.
Yeah.
So if England finish 3rd, which is unlikely but possible, England could face 3 different opponents, which is, so it'd be the winner of Group C or the winner of Group B if we finish 3rd. Doesn't say if we finish 2nd, actually. Oh, here we go. If we finish 2nd, they will face the runners-up from Group E. I don't know what Group E is.
Oh, okay. So Sweden, Slovakia, Spain, or Poland. Spain have been awful, though, haven't they? I mean, come on.
Yeah, I think is Sweden top of that group? Yeah, I think either way you look at it, it's going to be difficult. Either way, whether you face Spain, France, Portugal, Germany, or who's in Group C?
Group C is we have Netherlands, Ukraine, Austria, or North Macedonia. I mean, North Macedonia are out there. They ain't even got any points.
And Group B?
And Group B, Belgium, Russia, Finland, or Denmark. Yes.
So even if we finish third, you're going to be looking like you're going to be playing Belgium or Holland. That's what I'm saying. You've got to beat them at some stage.
Yeah, you have to. But it's looking at our team and just the way we've been performing. We beat Croatia, and it was just a boring game all the way through until that goal.
Yeah, it wasn't great. Performance wasn't brilliant, but you got the result, and you take that. But we've got to. You look at teams like Italy, right, and Belgium, just steamrolling teams over. Yeah, turning up, playing nice football. We never do this.
Yeah. It's going to be embarrassing if they steamroll over us as well, though, to be fair, innit? Because we overhype ourselves up every season. We say, it's coming home. We bring out new songs where everyone puts flags out. And I get it. Yes, you're proud of your nation. But let's be realists. Let's be absolute realists on the whole situation scenario of England. We're rubbish. We are rubbish.
Yeah.
We've got good players, but it's not enough.
I mean, I'm older than you. I probably had 2 more tournaments in. My first one was 86, Mexico, so when I remember more. But over these years and years and years, it's just failure after failure, heartbreak after heartbreak. And I know we want to be positive. There's England fans out there, it's coming home, it's coming home. It's great to be positive, but you've got to be realistic. We're just not good enough.
Yeah.
Nowhere near good enough.
Yeah.
And I hope I'm proved wrong.
Yeah. I think all of us would be. I'd feel like that passion would come back in all of us if we did get to the final.
Yeah, and I don't think we will, but this, you never know. It's football, and there's been a couple of funny results already in this tournament. Like Turkey losing 3 games, that wasn't really expected. There's a lot of things that's going on, but we'll see. It's international football, and like I say, when it gets to knockouts, it's one game.
Yeah,
you've got to have the mentality to win them games.
Yeah, of course, mate, of course.
What I will say is very quickly, I'm very impressed with Pickford. I quite like Pickford in goal. Considering he's a bit of a lad.
You speak to Adam about that. He calls him T-Rex arms.
Well, yeah. I mean, I know Liverpool fans don't like him for what he did to Van Dijk. This is a Van Dijk who's never played in a major tournament. So really, this is the other thing. But I think Pickford's been really well, and I think he's improved a lot since the World Cup. Yeah, that's all I'm saying on him. Really.
Okay. Well, Johnny, thank you for coming on the show, mate.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure having you on again.
Sorry, it's been negative, but I just have to be honest.
Yeah, of course. I think sometimes talking truthfully is better, isn't it?
Well, yeah, you've got to. But I hope we do. I hope we do win it, but I just don't think we will. But hopefully, if we do win it, I'll come on again and I'll sit here naked.
Well, like I said, right, I'm gonna obviously I've got the podcast with the lads later on about the England-Scotland game and Wales playing as well. And I'm just gonna put it out there. If we win the Euros, I'll dye my hair like Gaza, like Foden.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you can say what you like, really, because I don't think it's gonna happen. You never know.
I absolutely love it. I love it. Yeah. I love the enthusiasm. But I mean, there could be a chance. There might be a chance that everyone we play slips up. Do you not think?
Well, yeah, no, not really.
No. Got more chance of Arsenal winning the league.
Well, actually, hang on.
You don't want to say anything now.
No, they're both in the same category for me. So yeah, none of them are going to happen. But well, I'm sure these young lads will want to win. I mean, nobody goes out not to win a game, do they? I know they give 100%.
Yeah.
But yeah, and this is how it is, and we'll see how we go.
Just trying to find something now, but I don't. There you go. Oh no, that's not it. 1 minute. Sorry about this. I feel like I need to put a little scratch thing there, like like a DJ scratch. No.
even that didn't work properly.
No, yeah, I couldn't even get it on. Johnny, thank you for coming on the show, mate. It's been a pleasure, like I said before.
Yeah, no problem at all, mate. No problem at all. Anytime, you know that.
Hopefully, when things are back to normal, we can get you in the studio and maybe have like a little recording session. And and Arsenal will be above Tottenham. Johnny, thank you very much.
Have you been sniffing? Have you been sniffing glue?
Johnny, thank you very much for coming on.
No problem,
don't forget
to
like and subscribe. Drop us a like and share. The link will be below. Yes, the link will be below. Or hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, if you're new to the channel of One Way Football. And we shall see you later. Thank you very much, Johnny. Catch you later, mate.
Thank you. See you later. Bye. Bye-bye.
One Way Football.